Shalom, shalom, call halal, Yahabashim, Yahushua, Bashim, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, salutations to the elect. Hey man, I just want to make a quick point I was meditating on. You know, Jake is under the curses, and even if like one generation is not as good, so to say, because I want to get on this generational wealth thing with these fucking people. Even if one generation good, all this shit is just fucked anyway until the Lord take the curses off of us, and that's ultimately in the kingdom. Because people talk, now the scriptures do say a good man leave an inheritance to his son's sons, meaning that what? You will have enough money not just for your kids but for your grandkids. You know, and you know, on a financial tip, you know, that's what, you know, you would do. But in this wicked world, in this setup, you know, people don't pass nothing down. If you do, I was just thinking about it. You know, it's a wise saying. The first generation makes it. The second generation maintains it, and the third generation loses it. And everything just returned back to the state or returned back to the banks. Now, I was thinking about the situation where you had this grandmother. I personally know these people. You had a grandmother who bought this house. You had the grandmother who bought the house. She died. She worked her ass off to pay for this home. The house is paid for. But she died when her daughter was around, I would say in her 50s, like 55. The daughter had her kids, right? She passed it to her daughter. The house is paid for. So the daughter had her kids. They in their 20s when she got the house, in her 50s. Right? So, I'm just getting the math right. So, she had it for about 20 years. So now she's like 70. She's ready to leave the earth. Her kids are now 40. So, but her kids is in no shape to keep this house. And guess what? They ain't got to do shit. All they got to do is pay the taxes. Property tax. And property taxes can be high some places. Just paying property tax with insurance alone could be like paying rent. You know, property tax with insurance could run you probably, man, like $800 to fucking $1,200 a month. And that's not counting the light bill. So you paying like property taxes with insurance and a light bill, you still kicking out maybe like $1,500 a month. $1,000 a month, depending on where you at. Then you still got to put food in the house. You still got a quarterly water bill, right? And then you still got to make repairs. You know, depending on what type of shape the house in. You still need to make gradual repairs. You probably need a plumber here and there. You probably need different, you know, electricians, carpenters to fix certain things. Or you could just like let it go to hell. So she maintained the house from her mother buying it. She maintained it. Now her kids getting it. Now her kids is around my age. They in their 40s. I just turned 40. So they in their early 40s also. Or they late 30s. So by the time she died and the kids get the house, I was just thinking, man, them kids gonna fuck that house up. Not just fuck it up, but they ain't gonna pay the lights. They ain't gonna pay the property taxes gonna pile up. and the bank just gonna take it. Now, she got, the daughter, she got three kids, I'd rather say. So one of them is actually older, like 50, 48, 50. The other one is about 42, and the other one is about 37, right? So 37, 42, and 50. So you know what them kids gonna do after the second generation? Because the kids is the third generation. After the second generation pass on and them kids get that house, they gonna fight over it. They gonna fight over, should we keep it? They gonna fight over, should we sell it? And they gonna fight over who gets what, who get what amount. You know, I went to a family member funeral, and this is second generation. I'm third generation. This son personally, I went to the funeral, and before they could lower him into the ground, they was fighting over his shit. And he didn't even have a lot of shit. He had like money in a piggy bank, little shit in his house, but his sisters was fighting over his possessions. And this how fucked up our people is, and you niggas talking about generational wealth. Listen, if you get some money, blow that shit. Spend it, blow it, or divide it up over the years, or you however long. Well, we know the Lord coming back, but you know, however long you, whatever you think you gonna live, and just spend that shit, man. Give it away, because at the end of the day, the second, like I said, the first generation creates it. The second generation maintain it, and shit's so fucked up. A lot of times the second generation don't even maintain it. They even wind up fighting over it or selling it or just fucking up, because people don't appreciate what they don't work for. And just like Israel with the kingdom, it was given to us and we fucked it up. Now we gotta work for it. Now we appreciate it. So when you just pass things down, people fuck it up. I know people who gave their sons pizza shops and shit like that, making $20,000 a month or whatever, and they fucked it up. The shit was running for years. Or their sons will maintain it and give it to their grandkids, and their grandkids fuck it up. You know what I mean? Because there's no morals passed down. There's no ethics passed down. Each generation gets worse when you pass shit down. You know? Even talking to my mother, she like, look, I pass you the house, if you want it. But, I'm like, all right, whatever, it's cool. I'll just keep it for a memorial. Because me personally, I'm not like a greedy motherfucker to the point where it's like, oh, money, let me take advantage of this person because I need this, I need that. Because the Lord always provided. Paul said, I know how to be a base, I know how to be a bound. So she like, I could sell it and we all take our portion, or I can pass it down to you and you maintain it. And I'd be like, all right, you know what? Because, it's getting more harder and harder to live out here. So I'm like, you know what? Pass out. And Jake don't pass shit down now more days anyway. But at the end of the day, this shit is a curse. This shit is a fucking curse, man. So you niggas talking about generational wealth. Ain't no fucking generational wealth, man. Because the next generation gonna fuck your shit up. And they ain't gonna make it better. They ain't gonna add on to it. Like some of the motherfuckers might be druggies. And that's the thing about kids. The scripture saying, the Apocrypha, it says it's better to have no kids than to have them that are ungodly. Man, these kids, man, is turning into... See, when we was coming up, we you had to worry about us dealing with the streets. But man, these kids turn into homos and lesbos, niggas and fucking whores, man. That's what the fuck these kids turning into. Homos, lesbos, niggas, and fucking whores. And fucking Gen Z fucking computerized MOTB fucking bug outs, weirdos. That's what these kids turning into. And you gotta understand, being a man or a prophet of Yahweh Shem Yahushua and knowing this truth is very rare. And you think that your kids is like chosen to know the truth like you do because they your kids. But fuck, that ain't necessary. Now certain brothers have that luxury where they kids actually believe in the truth, really believe. But a lot of times they don't fucking believe, man. A lot of times they just do it to keep you happy. And a lot of times they want you to leave them the fuck alone about that Bible stuff in their mind. But they don't tell you that because they don't want to hurt your feelings. I mean, I don't have children, but I'll tell my kids straight up, like, look, if you don't believe in the word, like, it's all good. Truth ain't for everybody. Even your kids. Some of your kids might taste a missile. You know what I mean? If it be the Lord's will. But he could save your household too. You know, we know it says, thou shalt be saved, thou in thy house shall be saved in the book of Acts. You know, but man, look, that generational wealth is bullshit, man. It's bullshit. And really, you might as well take what you could fucking, whatever you got, and cash that shit out and spend it and cruise the fucking boulevard and go to your fucking grave. Cause these the generation under you, they some ungrateful little rotten rascal, lying, deceiving pieces of shit, man. And this world got a lot of these motherfuckers. So you get them something like an asset with no wisdom, you ain't know what to do with that shit. Even if they had wisdom, man, like I said, the first generation creates it, the second generation maintains it, and the third generation, which is the grandchildren, they fuck it up. But sometimes the second generation could fuck it up. You know, if the first generation creates it, but sometimes people don't be in the position to create nothing or build nothing or hold on to some type of investment and pass it down. But if you happen to do that shit and happen to pass it down, the state gonna eat that shit, all gonna go back to Esau. That situation I told you about earlier, I'm looking at that crib that I know these people. I'm like, man, when she passed and give it to her kids, I'm like, man, I give it about 3 years, if that, if not even that, or 6 months before motherfuckers start trying to kill each other and fight each other over it. And if she don't leave a certain type of will, that's exactly what's gonna happen. Or she give it to one particular person and not the other brothers. And that one person, because one person, they showed you that in the movie Soul Food. You know, the classic hood movie Soul Food, when Big Mama died. One person want to sell a house, one person want to keep the house. Nigga shit. You know? One person deserved, they need this amount, that amount, or you can't take this amount. I was there when y'all wasn't there. That shit is a fucking curse, man. And you niggas talk about generational wealth. First of all, the Lord coming. And second of all, if the Lord had an extensive amount of time left, this shit plays over and over again. So your grandkids, I don't give a fuck if you left your grandkids fucking $2 billion. They gonna fuck that shit up. Or if they don't fuck it up, they gonna use that money to fuck their own lives up. They gonna be getting arrested. They gonna be getting lawyers. They gonna be getting married. They gonna be getting divorced. They gonna be getting sued. They gonna be getting high. They gonna be buying all they fake ass friends gifts and presents. And guess what? They gonna look up and that $2 billion you left from that shit gonna be gone. So what you work for? Like Solomon said, all that shit is vanity, man. All is vanity at the end of the day. But if it's like, hey, if you got something, hey man, spend that shit, enjoy that shit. If you leave somebody, hey, and do that. But at the end of the day, people are fucked up. And if they ain't work for it, yeah, it was just given to them. They don't appreciate that shit. So man, fuck generational wealth. We ain't really in the setup for that. You know what I mean? But if you happen to receive a a cookie, a little asset passed down to you, hey, cool, hold it down. But at the end of the day, a lot of times that shit just go back to the state, wound up going back to the bank. Another family wound up buying it, paying for it, passing it down. Second generation maintains it. Third generation fucks it up. Bank come back in, the state come back in and take it, sell it to the next motherfucker and do it all over again. Wash, rinse, and repeat. So hey, we under the curses. But make the best of it, do what you do. With that, shalom.